Years ago, I was asked to explain the state budget to a women's lunch club of about 200 ladies, and they said I had 20 minutes. And they were the creative women of Pinnacle Peak, so I thought I better get creative, and I came up with a way of explaining where the state spends your tax dollars. We start with the fact that each one of these boxes is $1 billion. Now, you can see these yellow boxes are out here. That's called the state general fund. The general fund comes from sales taxes and income taxes. And the state general fund right now is just shy of about $13 billion. About $6 billion goes to K-12 education, about $1 billion to higher education, that's universities and community colleges. The prison and court system is about $2 billion. Health and welfare, $3.5 billion. The largest single one is Access, our indigent healthcare system, Arizona healthcare cost containment system. And then all the rest of state government that is paid for out of the general fund is about $500 million. So there's $13 billion. This is the 2022 budget. The next group of spending that the state does are called other funds. These funds come from special revenue sources. For example, in the health and welfare system, taxes on cigarettes and alcohol, or in the transportation system, taxes on gasoline and diesel fuel. And these other funds, other state funds, $500 million in K-12 education, about $1 billion in higher education, $2 billion more in health and welfare, and $1.5 billion in transportation, capital, and other. Before we go any further, in the area of education, in addition to the state monies that go into K-12 and higher education, there's some local property tax monies in these lavender boxes. There's about $5 billion of local property tax money that's collected by the K-12 school districts around the state. Charter schools do not get property tax money. And then there's about $1 billion a year that the community college system collects from local property taxes. So yellow is the state general fund, white is other state monies, lavender local property tax. The last monies that the state accounts for are called federal and other non-appropriated. They do not go through the legislature's appropriation process. Most of these blue boxes are federal monies, but there are some that are other monies. There's about $3 billion of federal money that comes into the K-12 school system. There's about $5 billion of federal and other, for example, tuition monies that the students are paying as a portion of their expense at a university or community college is also in this 5 with the other federal monies. There's about $500 million federal monies that comes into prisons and courts. By far the biggest is health and welfare, $22 billion of federal money in addition to the state monies. Most of this is Obamacare. When I used to do this presentation just a few years ago, K-12 added up to about 10 and health and welfare added up to about 10. Now, health and welfare is $22 billion of federal plus $27.5 billion total each year. And then there's a few others. The lottery and some other economic opportunity monies, capital projects, the Department of Administration, which is not federal money, but it's mostly state employee retirements and things like that, and a variety of other little programs that get paid for with federal monies. The total amount of spending that the state keeps track of each year, again, this is the 2022 budget, is about $53 billion. Only 18 of it is the state money, the yellow and the white, about 5 or 6 of local property tax money, the lavender, all the rest is federal and other monies. That explains the state budget in a few minutes. I hope you enjoyed it.